Building a home is one of the biggest investments you'll ever make, and the last thing you want is to hand that over to the wrong person. In this video, I'm breaking down some of the common red flags to avoid when hiring a contractor or subcontractor for your home build in South Africa. These red flags could save you thousands of rands or even your entire project. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittmelom Tiani and I'm documenting our real raw journey of building our dream home here in South Africa. Guys, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do the right thing and support your girl. Subscribe to my channel, comment on my videos, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Guys, thank you so much for your engagement on all my videos. I really do appreciate it. I am just wowed by the level of growth, and it is all thanks to you. Today's video is very important because whilst building your home is quite exciting, it can quickly become a nightmare if you hire the wrong contractor or subcontractor. Today, I'm sharing some of the red flags you should never ignore when choosing somebody to work on your home. Let's get into the video. Red flag number one is no paperwork. If a contractor cannot give you a proper written code, a contract, or proof of registration, simply walk away. Verbal agreements do not hold up when things go wrong. So always make sure that you ask for a formal code with full breakdowns and a signed contract with timelines and payment terms. Another thing would be to check their company registration as well as their NHBRC certificate where applicable. And I'm saying where applicable because NHBRC is not necessarily enforced in all areas. For example, like in the rural areas, NHBRC is not enforced there. So in such cases, you'll have to consult your chief or your traditional leader because every rural area has got its own land allocation rules. However, you must know that some municipalities are starting to enforce NHBRC standards in some rural areas. So yeah, if the contractor makes excuses or avoids paperwork, that's your sign to walk away. Red flag number two is a contractor that is requesting large upfront payments. So in this case, you'll find that this contractor is asking for a large deposit upfront, especially before they even start working. And some even ask for a 50% before they've even delivered anything. In most cases, this is a red flag and a big scam. I don't know if most of you will remember when I did that builder codes video. When I showed you those quotations, there was a contractor that wanted like a 30% deposit of the total amount, guys, upfront. And I don't do such deals. I unfortunately don't subscribe to such. So yeah, be careful when giving a deposit upfront because your contractor might just disappear with the money. A friend of mine paid a contractor a deposit. I actually cannot remember what he said the amount was, but he paid him a deposit because this guy brought tools to site and he thought, okay, this guy is ready to work. So he paid him a deposit and the guy vanished. He went and continued work at another site. But luckily for my friend, the contractor did return. But you might not be as lucky. So yeah, usually these contractors, they take your deposit and they go and they finish their other projects that they ran away from, with your money. So yeah, be careful when paying a deposit. And I truly believe that a legitimate contractor will structure payments according to project milestones. Like, when I showed you the builder codes, you saw that most of the codes are according to building milestones. You know that when you are done with the foundation, this is how much I'm going to pay you. When you're done with the walls, this is how much I'm going to pay you. And it's nice to know that, I'm paying you for this and there's not going to be any confusion regarding the payment structure. Red flag number three is no references or bad reviews. You must always ask your contractor, can I see your previous work? Can I speak to your past lines? And if they dodge that question, give excuses, or you find negative reviews, that's a huge warning. A good contractor will be proud to show you their work. You also get these contractors, whenever you mention a place, they will say, no, I've got 2 houses there. When you mention that place, they're like, no, I built 3 houses there. and you mention another, no, I've got 4 houses. Although in some cases that might be true, ne? I see that as a red flag. So yeah, guys, be careful with these contractors. Red flag number 4, too cheap to be true. We've all seen those codes, guys, those prices that are just too good to be true. Listen, I get it. We all are trying to save money. We all want to save money. But if one contractor is charging 40% less than everyone else, you need to ask yourself why. What are they cutting? Because you know what? Sometimes the cheapest code ends up being the most expensive mistake. So be very careful, guys. Red flag number 5, lack of communication. Poor communication from the start is a very big red flag, guys. If somebody is taking too long to respond, is ignoring your calls, or doesn't answer your questions clearly before you even hire them, it'll only get worse once the job begins. So you need somebody who respects your project, that keeps you updated, and communicates professionally. So lack of communication is a big red flag. Red flag number 5 is missing or stolen material. I don't know if this red flag is only common in South Africa or this is happening all over. But yeah, almost everybody that I know that has built is complaining about this. Guys, if you start noticing that cement bags or bricks or steel or whatever material starts disappearing without an explanation, it could be an inside job. Sadly, what happens is some of these contractors or subcontractors either use your material on other sites or resell them. So it's always best to have somebody that you trust on site to monitor what is going in and out of your site. A friend of ours, yo, guys, my friends are gonna kill me because I'm telling all their stories. But anyway, a friend of ours had his planks. You know these planks that are used when you're taking your slab. So he had his planks stolen from his site. And when he asked his contractor said, "No, I don't know anything about your planks." And one day when he was telling the story to his front opposite neighbor, the neighbor then said, "No, man, I've got cameras. We can actually go back to the period on which your planks was stolen, and we can check the footage, see if maybe we can see something." Guys, lo and behold, there is the contractor's bakkie, and the contractor caught right in the action, loading those planks from the building site. The same person who knew nothing. So, guys, don't trust anyone. Do not trust anyone. Red flag number 7 is no insurance or safety measures. So, you need to check if your contractor has got insurance or proper safety measures in place. I think we as South Africans, we tend to worry more about, structural insurance, we enroll with the NHBRC and so forth, but we don't take time to think that the people that are working on our side also needs to be safe as well. So if something goes wrong on site, like a worker gets injured and the contractor does not have insurance, you know that you could be liable for that person. At a friend of mine's house, a guy was painting the roof and he fell from the roof. Yo, it was very bad, guys. Like he had to be hospitalized, and yeah, they had to put cast on his leg, on his arm. It was very bad. So it's always important to find out from your contractor if they've got insurance, and then ask them how do they ensure safety of their workers on site. Red flag number 8, constantly bad mouthing others. Guys, we all know those contractors that spend more time bad mouthing other contractors than explaining their own services. Big red flag. I've met a lot of those. A confident contractor will let their work speak for themselves. Constantly attacking others shows insecurity or unprofessionalism. Focus on people who speak confidently about what they offer, not who they hate. Red flag number 9, no clear timelines or plan. Guys, a contractor should have a clear timeline or a project plan. If someone cannot tell you how long the job will take, when they will start, or what happens at each stage, they are not organized. And disorganized contractors lead to delays and chaos on site. And delays are costly, guys. Believe you me, delays are very, very, very costly. Red flag number 10 is contractors not paying their people. This is a red flag that can cause real chaos on your side. Contractors who don't pay their workers. This is actually much more common than you think. The contractor gets paid but disappears without paying his workers. Then you are the one that's left with angry, frustrated workers on your property. And guess who they blame? They will blame you. So this can lead to delays on site and even damage to your property. So it's always important to find out how the contractor manages his team and how and when he pays his workers. So the last red flag is no site supervision. This one is very important, guys, and I will tell you why. Some contractors usually vanish after getting the job and will leave your site to unskilled workers. If your contractor is never on site or is always vanishing to other sites, he might miss crucial inspections, such as municipal inspections or engineer inspections. And in some cases, then it becomes difficult because if the engineer comes to site and then finds a problem and then explains to whoever is there how they need to rectify the problem, and let's say now those workers that are there do not understand the jargon that is used by the engineer, and they might not know exactly what needs to be rectified. So yeah, if the contractor is never going to be there, then they should at least have a supervisor on site, not only to monitor the workers, but for those crucial inspections. If the municipality or the engineer comes or the NHBRC comes and something needs to be rectified, then they know exactly what needs to be done. So yeah, guys, these are just some of the red flags that we've personally learned along the way, sometimes the hard way. So if you are about to start your own home build, keep your eyes open. Don't let the excitement make you ignore the warning signs. So let me know, guys, in the comment section, what are some of the red flags that you've seen while dealing with building contractors, or if you have been scammed before, you might just help somebody. So please share with us in the comment section. If you found this helpful, guys, please remember to give the video a big thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe for more real talk about home building in South Africa. We are building from ground up and we are sharing everything in between, the wins and the mistakes. Thank you for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye.